Я це зроблю, любі українці, будьте сильними, ви гордість, ВСУ, ви гордість, ми обов'язково переможемо. Бийте росіян, слава Україні!
Aquí estamos with Oleksandr GVOZDYK, 18-1, former champion of the world, bronze medalist in London 2012. He will fight on Saturday, March 6, on the undercard Canelo Ryder. He's been training by Eddie Reynoso. He retired in 2019 after a big fight against Artur Beterbiev and came back 2 months ago. He won Josué Obando. Oleksandr, welcome. Sorry, my English is not good. Anything my partner translate.
It's understandable. It's very good.
Oh, thank you, thank you. How are you, champ?
Doing very well. What about you?
Yeah, good, thanks. What brings you back to boxing, and how did you meet Eddie Reynoso?
Yeah, first of all, I want to do like a little correction. Eddie, he doesn't really train me. Eddie, like, he helps me to organize this fight. They provide me. So basically, Eddie is like my manager today. I train with Marco Contreras, this trainer who I start my professional boxing career with. So I'm currently training with him. But we're working together with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo team, yes.
So you're working with Marco Contreras right now, right?
That's correct.
So from
yes.
the first time in pro boxing, or you go way back into
well, I start with him. We had like 15 fights. Then I have 3 fights with other trainer, and now we're working again.
Okay, what happened in those 3 years of inactivity, and what did you learn?
Well, I'm not learned much about boxing, but I learned much about business. You know, like, and it's very complicated thing. You're supposed to be smart. You're supposed to be educated to do business, which I tried to do, but didn't work out well. And now I'm coming back to boxing.
So my question that I like to make to all the boxers that we have here is I like them to tell us about their story. No, tell me about your first times into boxing. Who lent you your first gloves in boxing? Things like that. A little bit of a small documentary.
Now Ukrainians might not be super interested because they already heard this story a lot of times. But for Argentinians and probably Spanish audience, I'm gonna tell this story again. So it was my father. And he used to box a little bit, couple years, but not on a top level, obviously. And he was trying hard from my very childhood, get me into the boxing. So he brought me one time. I remember the day when he brought me like a plastic bag with something inside, wrapped in a newspaper. And he said, like, this is something you really want before, really bad. I said, okay, what was it? And I would start thinking about what can it be. I was thinking some nice toy, some nice, like RC car or something like that. But he took out of there the boxing gloves. And this is where I would say, boxing journey starts. We start box on the street with my friends, just having each of us just one glove, you know. But actually to boxing club, I get with my classmate at school. He get there, he started doing kickboxing actually. And he say, like, would you like to go with me? I say, why not? It's a good idea. But in the beginning, I didn't really think about any like world achievements or fighting on a top level. I was thinking just to get there, get stronger, get more confident, and things like that. So I couldn't really do nothing in like a youth boxing, but I start getting way better when I become an adult, mature. You know?
That's interesting. Yeah. And I can see the fact that you became a world champion and at an age that is already old. Not really old.
Oh,
it's not really old.
For Latino fighters, it's kind of old. Because,
it's not
like,
old.
I'm not saying Mexican. All Latino fighters, they usually start their boxing career soon. Like Canelo, he starts 15, right?
Here in Argentina, we have a lot of amateurism, but not in the rest of Latin America. Even less in Mexico. There's no amateurism in Mexico. They just they go straight into pro.
Well, I have about like 250 fights in amateur, and I'm turned pro only being 27 years old.
Would you like a rematch against Beterbiev?
Yes, of course. This is one of my goals, obviously. We both know who now have a titles. If I want to be world champion, I need to rematch with Beterbiev or fight Bivol.
In your fight against Beterbiev, you did a great job over the middle distance and great use of the jab. You're winning in 2 cards. What can you tell about this fight?
You know, I think I did a lot of mistakes in the preparation. It's not an excuse. You know, he was better this night. You know, all the credit to him. He's a great fighter, great puncher. But I think I could do better. Also, I'm learning my lesson. And hopefully, if rematch going to happen, I'll do way better.
Your game plan was wonderful. Do you remember what your coach told you?
Well, just to follow the plan. The plan was just try to outbox him, but I just ran out of gas, and that's what happened. You know, like you can box, you can be a good boxer, but this guy just appears to be stronger than me and better ready for this specific fight, and he just broke me down. You know, it's not a pleasant thing to say, but that's true. That's what happened.
In his last
Listen,
fight.
this guy, yeah, if you look at him, you're gonna say, yeah, this guy has a lot of problems. But it's not as easy to fight him as might look in the first sight, you know, like, and this guy way better as a fighter as people think. People think he just brawler, he just puncher, straight and forth. No, he can box, believe me. And I think he has maybe like 300 plus amateur fights. He's a world champion, European champion, world vice champion. Don't underestimate his boxing skill. I got my first loss.
Yeah.
And I have my family, 3 kids, who always making pressure on me like you're supposed to retire. And then I got like a good opportunities aside of boxing, beside boxing. I tried to realize it, and in the beginning it was kind of looks good, working well, but eventually it didn't work out. Plus, then war started. I tried to initiate my business in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Obviously, war put a big cross on all my plans.
So this question that we have, the two of us, because we watched your fight against Beterbiev, and we think that you were the best fighter that ever fought up until now against Beterbiev. Beterbiev have a really good fighters in his resume, but we think that you, my friend, are one of the best fighters that fought him.
Oh, thank you. I think Anthony Yarde had a great fight against him.
Yeah.
But also, I think he's like a real Beterbiev, like a little bit underestimated him.
Oleksandr, what was better, winning the bronze medal or becoming a world champ?
You say Olympic medal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I would say if this medal would be gold, probably the Olympic medal. But for me, you know, my semi-final fight was kind of controversial. It was kind of, you know, like kind of disappointing because I was hoping they're gonna raise my hand, but it's still a medal. You know, it's kind of, you know, there's a saying like it's was a spoon of the dirt in a barrel of the honey. You know, so it was cool. I still have a medal, but it's bronze, and I was counting to fight in the final. So this is why I would put like a world championship belt on the first place in my case.
One more question. What is your goal for May 6?
Show good boxing, entertain audience, and if I do so, they're gonna raise my hand up.
Thank you so much for being here. We're very thankful for you. If you wanna send a message to your people, to whoever you want, you can put it right now here. Slava Ukraini, you know about that, but please give us your close-ups.
Так, я це зроблю, любі українці, будьте сильними, ви гордість, ВСУ, ви гордість, ми обов'язково переможемо. Бийте росіян, слава Україні!